everyone, my name is Bella Vania, a 7th semester student of Petra Christian University, majoring in International Business Management program. At this moment, I would like to assess and share a bit about myself and my future professional goals. In order to do that, I'm going to use the action learning formula developed by Professor Dr. Casey Chen. The action learning formula itself consists of 5 steps. The first one is what, the second one is why, the third one is when, how, and also who, the fourth one is where, and finally the fifth one is how much. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the what. In this section, I'm going to ask myself with what do I know about me? And to help me answering that question, I'm going to use the 3 levels of individual competence, team capacity, and organizational capability. Then, to complete it, I'm going to do self-assessment at the very last. First, about my individual competence. To find out more about it, there are 3 tests which I have taken. You can see it here. The first one is the learning style. The result of the test shows that I'm a very strong activist and a bit of reflector. As an activist, I'm a very open-minded person who always open to different ideas and suggestions, and I also always seek for new experiences whenever possible. However, in the downside, I get bored easily with a routine task. Then, as a bit of reflector, sometimes when I have to decide more important matters, I will spend some time to consider all possible perspectives and information before arriving in any decisions. Then, move on to the second test, which is the entrepreneurship GET test. The result of the test shows that I score high in creative tendency, which means that I'm an imaginative and innovative person who is always curious and enjoys something new, which is so in line with my nature as an activist. Then, I also score high for drive and determination, which means that I'm a person who tends to take advantage when I see opportunities because I believe that great opportunity will not come twice. Nevertheless, I still need to be more persistent and believe in my own self and to stop relying in group power too much. Then, the last test that I took to assess my individual competence was the Big 5 personality test. The result of the test shows that I'm an agreeable person, which means that I'm a peaceful person who tends to avoid conflict with other people for most of the time, even when that means I have to sacrifice my own interests. Then again, still consistent with my activist result, I'm a person who are very open to new experience. However, in the weakness side, I'm a bit of neurotic person, which means that sometimes I can get carried away by my feeling when it's actually unnecessary. Now I'm done with assessing my individual competence, so let's move on to the team capacity. And to assess my team capacity, I took the Belbin's 9 team role test. And the result of the test shows that I score high in a team worker and coordinator. Let me explain one by one. For the team worker, it means that I enjoy working in a team, and also I can tolerate, show respect, and I'm good at finding ways to work and cooperate well even with people of various characteristics. In line with that, as a coordinator, I'm good at clarifying the objective of group project, and I also can delegate the tasks regarding the group project appropriately to each of the team member. And that's it for the team capacity. Now let's move to the organizational capability. For organizational capability, I took the leadership self-assessment test to know my leadership characteristic when I have to lead an organization. And the result of the test shows that I'm good at building and maintaining relationship with others, and because of that, I'm also a good negotiator who can resolve conflict quickly. Furthermore, when I interact with others, I give them motivation and inspiration to give the best out of them. However, I still need to improve my setting direction skill. So, I have completed the 5 tests, and to summarize, I will assess myself in 4 distinct key attributes. First, I'm an agreeable person who tends to avoid conflict and always strive for peaceful relationship. Second, I'm a calm person who don't get panic easily even under the worst situation. Third, I'm a sensitive person who sometimes can get really emotional. However, in the bright side, this characteristic of mine helped me to easily understand what other people think and feel, and I can empathize with them. Last but not least, I'm a curious person who always want to uncover the truths and try out new things. So with all of the tests, it have helped me to know more about myself, and thus I believe I'm still in the second level, in the 5th level of the perpetual leadership, which is the contributing team member, and therefore I still need to work hard in order to reach the highest level, which is the professional sea coach. So now I'm done with the what part, and therefore I'm going to continue it with the why part in the action learning formula. And here there are 2 things that I will discuss. First, I'm going to ask myself with 5 why question, and second, I'm going to share about my mission, vision, and values. Starting with the 5 whys, the first why is, why do I need to know about my individual competence? And I need to know about my individual competence so that I can understand my strengths and weaknesses, especially my weaknesses, which leads to the second why, which is, why do I need to know about my weaknesses? And the answer is so that I can do self-development, which leads to the next why, which is why self-development is so important. It is important because I realize that I still in the second level in the 5th level of the perpetual leadership, and therefore I need to develop myself so that I can become the professional sea coach, which is also becoming the best version of myself. Which leads to the next question, which is why self-development is meaningful. It is meaningful because by becoming the professional sea coach, I can train and give birth to the competent leaders and contribute back to the society. And it leads to the last why, which is, why do I need to start develop myself from now? And the answer is because it will not become a smooth journey. There will be many up and down, there will be many challenges, and therefore I need to start as early as possible. So that's all about the 5 whys question. And now I'm going to share to you about my mission, vision, and values. Starting with my vision. My vision is actually to make the world a better place through wholeheartedly serving products which can answer customers' needs. And I believe in order to attain that vision, the right human resources are needed. And that's why my mission is to become a chief HR officer for a multinational, fast-moving consumer goods company in either Australia or the United Kingdom. By becoming a chief HR officer in a big FMCG company, I can select the right people who are willing to dedicate their life to do research and development and to come up with products which can match the customer needs. And this mission of mine to have a professional career in human research area are so suitable with the result of my personality test, which shows that I'm good at resolving conflict, building and maintaining relationships, empathizing with people, as well as working in a group. Then, in order to move from my mission to my vision, of course I need strategy, and my strategy is to continuously improve and develop myself while still and always hold on to my values. And my values are perseverance, humility, and also integrity. Then move on to the next part of the action learning formula, which are the when, how, and who. And I will start with the when. When is the right execution time to work towards my vision and mission? In order to answer the question, I have made 1, 3, 5, and 10-year future plan. In 1 year time, I'm going to start working as human resource management trainee in a multinational FMCG company in Jakarta. And then in 3 years, I will take my master degree with focus in human resource management courses under a specialized Master of Business Administration
in either Australia or the United Kingdom. And then in 5 years, I'm going to work as an HR manager for a multinational FMCG company as a stepping stone to become the HR director. And then in 10 years, I will work as an HR director for a multinational FMCG company as a stepping stone to become the chief HR officer in either the Australia or the United Kingdom. Alright, so now let's move on to the next part in the action learning equation, which is the how. How can I achieve my vision and my mission? To answer that question, I'm going to use the SIO diagram, starting with the strategize. Talking about strategize is of course talking about the strategy, and here my strategy is to develop and improve my knowledge, expertise, and skills. And the next one is to implement talking about the project, and here one of my project is to get scholarship for my master degree. And my master degree that I want to take is the Master in Business Administration with focus in Human Resource Management courses in either Australia or the United Kingdom. And next one, here is the detail of the best university for business in both Australia and the United Kingdom, which I can choose from along with the cost. And this will help me to plan my future more accordingly. Last, here is the schedule which I have in mind. And after doing all of this, I believe the result that I will get is improvement in my expertise power. Then to ensure that I'm running in the right track, I have 3 KPIs. The first one is the company. I want to work at one of the Fortune World most admired company for FMCG industry such as the Johnson & Johnson, Unilever, or P&G. Next one is about the position. Of course, I have to make sure that I can work in human resource division and learn as many things as possible there. Next one is about the salary. It should be 5 until 8 times higher than the current minimum wage. So now let's move on to the who are involved in my journey to reach my vision and mission. First is of course myself as the center of the journey. Next one are my family and friends who constantly support and help me throughout the journey. And as for the organization, there are IBM, all the lecturers, especially Professor Dr. Casey Chen, who have taught me up until now, and also the company where I'm going to work and learn later on. Now, move on to the next part in the action learning equation, which is where. Where does the plan goes right and where does the plan goes wrong? Here, I believe self-development is a transition process from the core competence to make it distinct competence. And usually, things go wrong in the real-world application because the theory and knowledge that I have learned up until now is different with the real-world practice, and also things might go wrong in the accountability step because keeping the ethicality and integrity when we are working as a holistic professional is very hard. And so we have come to the very last part in the action learning equation, which is how much. And the question is, how much can I actually improve myself? I can improve myself by improving my stamina power, which is to rejuvenate the red hat by ensuring that my learning rate is higher or at least equal with the degree of change, and then increasing my communicative power, which is to redesign the yellow hat by increasing my communication skill and expanding my connection. And the next one, improving my expert power, which is to reinvent the white hat by increasing my credibility and trustworthiness. And next one is the adaptive power, to redesign the green hat by improving my leadership skill. And next one is the responsive power, to redefine the black hat by increasing my speed of response when dealing with any challenges. And last one is the execution power, which is to re-engineer the blue hat, which I can do by polishing my execution capability to make it as perfect as possible.
So that's all I can share at this moment. And before concluding this session, I would like to thank all of my lecturers who have taught me up until today, and especially for Professor Dr. Casey Chen, who already taught me a lot of things, and from him I learned how to see things in the big picture and how to come up with the right planning and strategy. And to close this video, I would like to quote an axiom from Destiny Odyssey, who said that discovering who you are today is the first step to becoming who you will be tomorrow. I'm Bella Fania. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.